la la la, no DMCA, la 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 la, no DMCA, la 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 la, no DMCA, no DMCA, la 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 la, no DMCA, la 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 la, no DO, la 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 la, no DMCA, no DMCA, no DMCA. All right, let's get to Aaron Rodgers. Okay, my man's doing a great job. Aaron Rodgers went on a podcast after getting COVID, and it came out that he wasn't vaccinated. He went on a podcast and talked about how he consulted the world's foremost medical experts. Yes, that's right, Joe Rogan. I am talking about Joe Rogan, dude. That's who he went to. He said he was immunized, and immediately everyone was like, immunized? Hold up. That's something that people who have not been vaccinated like to say when they themselves have at least gotten COVID. That's an interesting way to say that you have been vaccinated. What's up with that? Turns out what's up with that is he has not been vaccinated.
I'm 48 hours in, and I consulted with a now good friend of mine, Joe Rogan, after he got COVID, and I've been doing a lot of the stuff that he recommended in his podcasts.
Dude, this is the best, dude. This is the best. I'm sorry. This is the best thing, dude. Look at his fucking face. He's like, what? Look at look, there's a moment where he goes,
after he got COVID.
Look at it. He goes, he's like, what? It's the funniest fucking thing that anyone could ever say, dude. It's the best timeline. I can't wait for him. I hope he's a QAnon supporter. It's so funny. I consulted my new friend Joe Rogan. Oh my fucking God. This is literally the meme posted on Joe Rogan on his Insta. That's the best part about this. The best part about this is that, remember, wait, where's the Australian meme that Joe Rogan thought was a real thing?
Wait, what brand EpiPen is it?
I don't know.
What's in it?
Medicine.
Medicine? How long is it research for?
I don't know.
What are the stats from Europe?
You could die.
What does Joe Rogan say? Call Joe.
Is this the part I'm going to take shit for, Ariel? You better hope that's the only part.
I consulted with Joe Rogan. Could we talk about that?
He's laughing. Oh, this shit is so hard as a Packers fan. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, I've heard that Aaron Rodgers is dating a crystal mommy. So, you know how I feel about this. Okay. Crystal mommies can do no wrong. Okay, some crystal mommies are major anti-vaxxers. I'm gonna go ahead and blame his idiocy partially on the crystal mommy influence in his lifestyle, in his life. Dude, why is Joe Rogan dude, this is awesome. Yo, you guys are sexist, okay? I'm just gonna say it. Joe Rogan is doing goop for men. Finally, we have a guy, okay? Us guys, us dudes. We've always wanted a goop. We wanted a Gwyneth Paltrow, and now Joe Rogan is doing that. And not only that, but he's putting his money where his mouth is. Gwyneth Paltrow's not supplying you with fucking crystal to shove down your pussy when you feel sick and you need to realign your fucking pH levels, okay? Joe Rogan, on the other hand, is taking it the extra fucking step. When is the last time Gwyneth Paltrow gave someone pussy crystals? That's right. Joe Rogan, on the other hand, literally is like, I'll get you your ivermectin, brother. I got it. I got it for you. Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow only sells you the jade egg. She doesn't fucking supply the jade egg when you need it most. Whereas Joe Rogan, not a hypocrite, goes full blown balls to the wall. He's like, yeah, dude, I love ivermectin, dude. I'll get you your own. Why is he doing this? Joe Rogan's like, yeah, I got you, bro. No need for a GoFundMe. Okay, I got it. I love this. I love this. He's doing goop for men and he's taking it one fucking step further, and I respect it. Okay, I respect it.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah!
Woo! Hey, Rod.
Hey guys, how you doing?
I'm good. First things first, how are you doing? Is everything okay? Or how are the symptoms? Do we feel good?
How are you doing? How you doing?
I realize I'm in the crosshairs of the woke mob right now, so before my final nail
right. Dude, my favorite, dude. Everyone is like, oh, the woke mafia is up my ass. It's like, bro, first of all, I think people are just clowning on him. It's not even who the fuck is I'm sure there's people that are mad at him, understandably, right? But for the most part, I think it's just people being like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you're literally, and also, if there's a woke mob, it's like Shailene Woodley, dude. What the fuck? His fiance is literally like a rad lib.
I'm not, some sort of anti-vax flat earther. I am somebody who's a critical thinker. You guys know me. I march to the beat of my own drum. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy and the ability to make choices for your body, not to have to acquiesce to some woke culture or crazed, group of individuals who say you have to do something. Health is not a one size fits all.
Bro, I swear to God, we are the dumbest nation on the planet, dude. We're done. It's awesome. I love motherfuckers who are like, I'm a critical thinker. That's why I learned everything from a podcaster who also claims he's a critical thinker. All of those, like, aunts and uncles on Facebook, all critical thinkers. We're a nation of independent thinkers who are critical thinkers, who aren't anti-vaxxers, by the way. I've heard this so many times. It's like, I'm not anti-vaxxer except for this one. Motherfucker, what do you think anti-vaxxers in the past did? Okay? When the MMR vaccine came out, they said the exact same shit. They were like, I'm not an anti-vaxxer except for the MMR. It's like, no, dog, that's the point. That's how, like, you become an anti-vaxxer, okay?
And for me, it involved a lot of study in the off season, much like the study I put into hosting Jeopardy or the weekly study I put into playing the game. I put a lot of time and energy and research and met with a lot of different people in the medical field to get the most information about the vaccines before making a decision. And in actuality, it was pretty easy in the beginning.
I love when he says, like, I've done the research, and then later down the line admits that his research revolved around asking Joe Rogan, a self-admitted dumb guy, okay? A self-admitted dumb guy who's an ape.
Beginning to eliminate two of them. And it didn't involve going into the questionable history of some of their criminal activities and fraud cases or any of that stuff. It was simply the fact that I have an allergy to an ingredient that's in the mRNA vaccines. So on the CDC's own website, it says, should you have an allergy to any of the ingredients, you should not get one of the mRNA vaccines. So those two are out already. So
I don't believe that at all, okay? But let's say he's right. Then you get a medical exception. Why didn't you just say, I have a medical exception? Dude, it's literally free to not be a dumbass. It's $0 to not be a dumbass. And these guys are like, nah, I'm going to be a dumbass.
In the early spring, I had heard of multiple people who had adverse events around getting the J&J. Nothing that was no deaths or anything, but just some really difficult times and physical abnormalities around the J&J shot. And then in mid-April, the J&J shot got pulled for clotting issues, if you remember that, right? So the J&J shot was not even an option at that point. So then my options became, okay, what can I do to protect myself and my teammates?
Oh, no.
If there's not one of the big three options for me in my own body. And so I looked into and talked again to a lot of medical individuals and professionals, and found that there was an immunization protocol that I could go to best protect myself and my teammates. And it was a long-term protocol that involved, multiple months. And I'm very, proud of the research that went into that.
Wait, so he didn't even get COVID? Like, I thought when he said he was immunized, I thought he at least, like, got COVID already. So he's like, I got the antibodies, brother. Which, by the way, that's not even immunization, for the record. Like, what he's saying, even if that was the case, if he got COVID and he thought he was immunized, it's not true. What the fuck did he do? Did he shove a goop crystal in his asshole or what? Dude, oh my God.
The individuals that I met with, and we felt like it was what was best for me. It was not, again, something that the league didn't know about. The league was fully aware of it.
Yeah, not only was the league fully aware of it, they tried to get a carve-out for him. And now we know why. At the time, they literally, wasn't it Roger Goodell that tried to fucking put a specific carve-out in the language to say alternative treatments for COVID were also acceptable? Now we know what the reason for that was.
Upon my return to the Packers, and it was at that point that I petitioned them to accept my immunization status as under their vaccination protocol. Now, at the time, they had only had the big three was what they're going to do, and if you weren't in the vaccinated category, you were you were in a different category, which involved some draconian measures and protocols that you would have to adhere to.
Like what?
Which, in my opinion, were not based on science. We're more based in a shame-based environment to try and get as many guys to get vaccinated as possible, so that the league looks better to the rest of the world. That was the focus of these, protocols, which I'll get into when I finish this diatribe here about the petition. So I petitioned the league. Initially, they returned and said, no, you'll be in the unvaccinated category. And I also said, how come there's no exemptions for medical exemptions, religious exemptions, pre-existing conditions?
Okay. That's bullshit. There is no shot that they would not add medical exemptions. That is insane and also illegal. Religious exemptions, on the other hand, is bullshit. It's just fucking bullshit. And if he truly just simply had a medical exemption where his actual doctor said, oh yeah, you can't take this vaccine because you're deeply allergic to one of the things in it, then no shot would the league fucking be like, yeah, you can't take this vaccine. You have to take this vaccine. No fucking shot. He could literally sue the league, dude.
And they basically said, look, those are all basically exempted, but you would be put in the non-vaccinated category. And I'll get into what that meant from a scheduling standpoint shortly, but there wasn't any way of getting around that in their mind. So after they came back and said, no, you're unvaxxed, I said, okay, I'm going to appeal this. And so we went through the process, which was a multi-week process, where I asked them for time to gather information. We gathered over 500 pages of research on the efficacy of immunizations, all the latest research surrounding my case, everything from mask wearing to the efficacy of the vaccines and the duration of the.
Whenever motherfuckers are like, I did my own research, I'm like, okay, here we go. It's just so dumb. You didn't do your research, bro. You didn't. I'm sorry. You don't even have the fucking qualification to do your research. Okay? You don't. You know who did do the research? The researchers. And they're telling you to take the fucking vaccine. It's safe and effective. Everybody thinks they're a fucking doctor, or more importantly than even a doctor, a fucking PhD epidemiologist or a PhD pharmacologist. You know what I mean? It's dude, why did all these people actually do their research when they could have just gone on Google and been like, all right, I found out that the vaccine is fucking bad for you, actually.
And it was very shortly thereafter that denied, which we know now that information is totally false that was given to me. My desire to immunize myself was what was best for my body, and that's why this is so important to me. My medical team advised me that the danger I'd be in to get of an adverse event was greater than the risk of getting COVID. And
bro, you're sitting there with COVID. Okay, you have not been immunized. Why are you still saying I was immunized? Well, I kind of don't know what you mean by that, if that's what you're saying. Are you claiming that, what does immunization mean? Does it mean full-blown immunization? Does it mean that he will never get COVID because he demonstrably just got COVID? So clearly that's not even happening. Why? What happens to these motherfuckers, dude? They're like, nah, dude, I'm going to be this guy. I am falling on this sword. Okay. This is the hill I am dying on. I love not getting vaccinated. I am the king of not getting vaccinated. I'm just going to fucking do it. I'm going to put my entire career on the line. Doesn't matter. I'm going to lie, cheat, steal, do whatever the fuck I can. God forbid. Anything but taking this vaccine that billions of people at this point have gotten.
I mean, some of the rules to me are not based in science at all. They're based purely in trying to out and shame people, like needing to wear a mask at a podium when every person in the room is vaccinated and wearing a mask makes no sense to me. If you got vaccinated to protect yourself from a virus that I don't have as an unvaccinated individual, then why are you worried about anything that I can give you? And let me hit on protocols now, because that's obviously been out there as well. I have followed every single protocol to a T, minus that one I just mentioned, which makes absolutely no sense to me. But my daily routine is the routine of an unvaccinated person, which is I have to, test early before it, starting the season. Vaccinated people test once every 2 weeks, non-vaccinated once a day, which, again, that's not based in science at all. You can have vaccinated people who actually carry and spread the virus, not testing for 2 weeks, and non-vaccinated people are the safest people in the building because we're the ones who are testing every single day and wearing masks the entire time. But instead, we're being made to think that we're the dangerous ones, we're the super spreaders, when in fact we're the most in touch with our body every single day. But these protocols that we've had to go through, I test every single day, 5 a.m. on noon games as well, which I don't understand why 5 a.m., but 5 a.m. in the morning on noon games. You test in the morning, and before you can go in the facility, you got to wait in your car for 30 to 40 minutes.
Wait, so more testing is good and it's actually safe? How is he being like, does he not know he has COVID? Like, I know that's an anecdote to be like, well, I have COVID and I'm saying right now that like being unvaccinated makes me more safe. But like, does someone needs to tell Aaron Rodgers that he has COVID right now? So him like talking about this in the third person as though like, being unvaccinated actually is like way better and it like protects you way better than like being vaccinated. It's like, but you have COVID. Like everything you say, you could just turn around and be like, but you have COVID currently. Like, especially because, and that's like a super base level argument because like, you can be fucking pro-vaccination and still get COVID. And there are things that he says that are like half truths, right? For example, like that you can get the vaccine and still get COVID and spread COVID. Like he's not wrong. That is true. Except that shouldn't stop you from getting the highest level of protection, especially when there's no side effect to it. You know what I mean? No like reasonable serious side effects or medical complications beyond like super, super, super marginal instances that are less commonplace than like the actual long-term and short-term complications that arise from being unvaccinated and then getting COVID. So it doesn't really make sense.
The only people I see at the hotel are vaccinated people.
Good catch. Happy COVID hasn't caught your instincts.
Yeah. Only people I see at the hotel are vaccinated people, but I have to wear a mask the entire time. I can't see anybody after the game. I work out off to the side in the weight room in a mask. Again, there's many studies about the efficacy of masks for workouts or the higher levels of CO2 inhaled during workouts.
Wait, this is the thing I don't understand. Masks ineffective at spreading COVID, okay? They're like, masks don't prevent you from spreading COVID or getting COVID. But also, masks simultaneously stop you from getting oxygen. I fucking hate working out in a mask. Let's be real. It's bullshit. It is the worst thing. It is literally, it's fascism, okay? It's medical fascism. Sick and tired of it. So I admit that they are a gigantic inconvenience. It's so stupid. But also, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, there's actually scientific studies conducted in my basement that mask wearing prevents you from being able to breathe in or actually allows you to suck in CO2 when you're working out. It's like, okay.
And in this situation now, I'm 10 days off regardless of tests or symptoms. So I'm sitting here 2 days in. I had some symptoms Tuesday night, tested positive Wednesday morning. Didn't feel great yesterday. I'll get into what I've been doing, but I feel really good today. This is Friday.
It is.
But 10 days off regardless, where a vaccinated person just has to have 2 back-to-back negative tests. When it comes to the science again for non-vaccinated, it came up last week because Alan Lazard was a close contact to Devontae Adams, and Alan is not vaxxed, and they obviously tried to cancel him for that, but they also didn't bring up the fact that he tested negative every single day. So just because he was close contact and not vaxxed, this is what the league has done, is they've made it hard for people, to have a decision because, you're close contact. That means you're out for 5 days. Not based on any science other than we're going to just keep this propaganda narrative going that unvaccinated people are the most dangerous people in society. And again,
Can I ask some questions here now?
Let me finish up here. I'm almost done.
Got it.
Bro, motherfucker, maybe he did read 500 pages of fucking anti-vaxxer bullshit. You can hear him Go through the pages. First of all, I'm surprised Aaron Rodgers knows how to read. Okay, let's be real. I feel like you get hit in the head too many times, you forget that. You forget the physical capability. You no longer can physically do that. You did go to Cal. Doesn't matter, dude. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you went to Berkeley. Doesn't matter if you're a quarterback. You get hit in the head that many times, dude, you're no longer a reader, okay? You forget certain things. Like critical thinking, which he's demonstrating right now. Kind of like I forgot to run the top of the hour ad break.
If I don't make this squad that I'm on now in training camp, and I'm not vaxxed,
He's spitting
career is over.
anti-vax. He went on the Pat McAfee show and he said, I consulted Joe Rogan
Oh no.
on best treatments for COVID. It's awesome, dude.
Let me watch. Football is my arena. You go get ready. We're late already.
Yeah, we are super late.
Positive being around a vaccinated individual. I mean, that's the majority of people I spend time with. There's been dozens of individuals that work at the facility that are vaxxed that have tested positive. So this idea that it's the pandemic of the unvaccinated is just a total lie. And I go back to like these two.
Wait. Wait, what? Some people with the vaccine got COVID. So the COVID, completely ineffective. Throw it out.
But bodily autonomy is a right. And the shaming and the outing that, you know, people seem to get off on so much of finding these people who, you know, oh my God, can you believe these crackpots who are not vaccinated? Everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own story and their own issues and their own reasons for doing things. But this shaming cancel society, that is wrong. And I made a choice that was in my best interest. You might respect it, you might hate it, but I bet you the same people that...
Bro, dude, okay, listen. I hate that take. I hate that take so much because, like, on a very different level of, like, responsibility and all of those things, you can say the same thing about Henry Ruggs drunk driving, right? You don't know why Henry Ruggs drunk drove. He might have had to get to something very, very essential, but, like, you're putting people in danger, right? And especially, like, your teammates, right? If you're not vaccinated and you're convincing people that you're vaccinated, like, that's... I don't know. I think it's a very bad take on his part. And the other thing is, like, you're a leader. You're a leader. You're a leader of your team. You're a leader of the nation. You're one of the biggest faces of the NFL. For you not to be vaccinated, for you to be out there saying like it's gonna make people sterile, like, you know the implications of that. Half of Green Bay is gonna come to your aid because football is the biggest thing in fucking Green Bay, dude. Green Bay season tickets are sold out from now till the rapture.
Isn't Green Bay communist, dude? They're like owned by the people.
What the fuck? I mean, they're cheeses.